Welcome back to the channel. Today we have a brand new spinning reel I want to show you guys, and that is the brand new 2024 Shimano Exsence BB. This is probably the first full review video on YouTube. I definitely recommend you guys watching the full video before you decide to purchase. So let me just open up this paper wrapping. There we go. Get that out of the way. Exsence BB C3000 MHG. So this reel came from Japan. I believe you can purchase these also from China, from AliExpress. I'll leave a purchase link down below. And for those of you Saskatchewan local fishermen, if you want this reel, let me know. Message me on Instagram. So yeah, here we go. There's a box. A little bit explanation on the size. C3000 is basically saying a compact body. It's a 2500 size body with a 3000 size spool, and M is your medium depth spool. It's not your regular or deep spool. It's not a shallow spool. It's in between. And HG stands for high gear ratio. 6.0 to 1, 6 speed. Every turn it brings in 35 inches of line, and it's not the lightest reel, 7.9 ounces. To a lot of you, let's say maybe 5 years ago, anything under 8 ounces is considered lightweight already. But with how spinning reels has been advancing these years, 7.8, 0.9 is like a regular weight. Recently Daiwa came out with this Exceller 2500. It is below 7 ounces. This is a $100 reel. Not even, like, I think it's like $70 or $80 reel. Anyway, that's not the reel we're going to talk about today. All right, so without further ado, let's open the box up, see what's inside. There we go. Well, first let's look at the handle. Usually the 3000 size has the pedal or T-shaped handle knob. Some people like it, some people don't. And this is a one-piece aluminum handle. Pretty lightweight. And if you can tell there, it's not all black. Like, it's black on the base, but it slowly kind of transitioned into like a silver gunmetal color. I've never seen that in a Shimano reel. There you go. The knob, pretty tight, pretty good tolerance, almost non-existent. And yeah, we'll put the handle on the body and see how much side-to-side play there is. But there's the handle. We've got the schematic in Japanese. It came from Japan. By the way, this is a JDM model. You can only buy from Japan or, I don't know, maybe Malaysia, China. Not available in North America. And that's where I am. And there is the reel. Wow. Let me see what else is inside the box. Oh, there's your washer spacer adjustment on the base of the spool to adjust your line lay if you have uneven line lay. And that's about it. Okay. I'm not sure how many of you are familiar with the Exsence line of reels. The Exsence, a lot of people say it's better than a Stella. It's lightweight. It's got all the top tier technologies, but this is not the Exsence. This is the BB. So it's like a dumbed down version of the Exsence. It kind of has that same look, all black. And if you look at the spool here, it's got that similar gradient kind of gunmetal to black transition. I mean, overall, it's a pretty sexy looking reel. Give it a snug twist. Oh yeah. I'm just trying to feel the side-to-side movement. None. I mean, there's a tiny bit, but you don't hear it at all. Let's give it a spin. Oh yeah. There's your Shimano magic right there. Shimano is known for having that smooth gearing, you know, that the winding feel. Not necessarily the most quiet winding, but it's absolutely smooth thanks to that worm gear oscillation system right there. So there we go. On the hand, it's pretty lightweight, not the lightest reel. What I like about this body, now for those of you who use like mid-tier Shimano like the Ultegra or the 2020 Vanford, you can already tell that is the Vanford body. That is a body, but you don't have the MGL rotor, so not as easy of a pickup and stopping as the Vanford. But you know, a lot of people complain about the Vanford for its shiny backplate, right? So on camera right here, on my camera, it's very toned down. It's like a gunmetal plastic piece that looks like metal. On the rotor plate as well, you got a one-piece bail. Sounds pretty good. Clicks open, clicks close when you close it back. And the drag cap. Oh, it's a little muted. This one's a little muted. I've got like 3 others, but this one's quite muted. Let me grab the other one. Yeah, for some reason this one is a little bit quieter, it could be over greased. That's why I'll open it up and see. If you guessed it, you're probably right. This is basically a Shimano Ultegra with a few upgrades. To some of you might be important and exciting, but I don't know how I feel. So this reel has all the Ultegra feature, including your micro module gear 2, your long stroke spool, your silent drive. I'll list all the feature right here. I don't want to talk about each one, but what I want to talk about is the rapid fire drag. So what that does is, with only a few clicks on the drag knob, you can achieve a larger drag adjustment. For example, on the Ultegra, it takes 10 clicks to go, let's say, 2 more pounds of drag power. Only takes 3 on the rapid fire drag. Now this reel is designed for sea bass fishing in Japan, so I would assume you know, for saltwater sea bass, they're powerful fish, right? They take a run and then out of nowhere they just started going. You have little time to respond to adjust your drag to your desired pressure. So that quick drag adjustment allows you to you know, make quick decisions and yeah, not break off or lose the fish. It probably takes time to get used to. For me, we have, you know, pike, walleye, and lake trout in the province of Saskatchewan in Canada. I can imagine this being a great jigging lake trout reel. When lake trout take runs, it's quite powerful. Same with big carp and pike. I played with it for a few minutes. It's a very nice reel. Yeah, I really wish the reel, entire reel, is black, like the Exsence, or even like the 2020 Exsence BB. I'll overlay a picture here. I like the, you know, the parallel cuts on the spool. Now it's just a vertical cuts, 3 cuts. Looks kind of too simple, but I mean, it's a good looking reel. So I talk about how this reel is on the Vanford platform, at least the body. I do have a Vanford right here. I'm going to show you side by side. That right there is a 2020 Shimano Vanford C3000 HG. So pretty much we're comparing apple to apple size wise. That's a C3000 HG with an M medium spool, but side by side they are the same size. They both have the, you know, the pedal shape handle, but Vanford has a little more red to it, and I do like the spool design. It looks cooler. Just, you know, weighing them in hand, you can definitely feel the Vanford is much lighter. This comes in at 6.3 ounces. The Exsence BB is 7.9 ounces. So that's over an ounce of a difference. Still lightweight, but this is ultra lightweight. This is for your finesse application, any kind of technique that requires stop and go. Very easy. Whereas the Exsence takes a little more power to stop it. So this is not your finesse, technique reel, but it's great for jigging. It's great for bringing in, let's say, a crankbait, a paddle tail jig head, swim bait, that kind of reel that requires continuous reeling, just like the Stratic. Stratic doesn't have the MGL rotor, but it's powerful. So my plan right here is to take the spool off, take the handle off. I'm gonna weigh the spool, weigh the handle, and weigh the body, and see the exact weight difference. What's missing from the Exsence, I believe, is the rotor. There are also other components on the Vanford that Shimano cut down weights. So let's find out. Man, the Vanford without the handle, without the spool, this thing weighs nothing. It's like a toy. It's super light. So yeah, one thing I noticed between the two of them, the drag clicking mechanism here, you can see on the Vanford it has an asymmetrical design, where on the Exsence is symmetrical teeth. So what that does, when the fish is pulling line, the spool has an easier time to start turning. So quicker response on the drag. This one will be slower. On the main shaft, on the Vanford, you have a bushing system, where on the Exsence it's absent. Yeah, let's weigh the body of the Vanford. 113.56. 142.24. So that's like 30 gram. That's more than an ounce difference right there on the body itself. Could be all from the rotor. I'm not going to take the rotor off. I assume the body are the same. And then we have the spool. This one definitely is heavier. Let's take a look at the inside of the spool. A little bit difference on the clicker. Are the knob different weights? Vanford knob, drag knob, 8.84, 8.86. Exsence BB, 9.5. They honestly look identical to me. Both have the rubber gasket, but yeah, Vanford is lighter. The drag washer look a little bit different. Vanford 35 grams. Exsence BB 47 grams. So there you go. That's another quarter ounce, a little more than quarter ounce of a difference on the spool. Now the handles. Now before I weigh them, just want to try if I can put the handle, like interchange the handle. So this is the Exsence into the Vanford body. Yeah, it works. I assume it's the same the other way. So Vanford handle, 22.46, 26.32. Another 2 grams of difference, almost 3 grams. What else can I compare? Cap on the side plate. Man, they're trying to find every kind of way to cut down weight on the Vanford to make it an ultralight spinning reel, hey? Visually, the Exsence has this darker gunmetal color. Vanford has this shiny color. I want to say visually they are about the same size, but let's find out. 1.16. No way. It's another 0.2 grams of a difference. So I don't know. I don't want to continue, but you're getting the point. Like visually, the Vanford has the same body, you know, just by cutting weights on these spool, handle, cap, you're getting a big weight difference. Okay, so I'm gonna put the rails back together and see what else we can find. Okay, one more thing I want to talk about is the spool itself. So it's got the long stroke spool, so it moves up and down quite a bit, and that is great for your line lay. You know, better line lay results in a better casting, less resistance when the line come off the spool. It's gonna help your casting distance. The Exsence BB comes in 4 sizes: the C3000 HG, which is the 2500 size body, and then you have a true 3000 size and a 4000 size. I went and got the 2500 size body because this reel is already 7.9 ounces. I am very much used to fishing Daiwa LT series. They just make everything light and pretty tough. I haven't made a video on the new Exceller, so stay tuned for that. Holding this beefy Shimano, I call it beefy. To a lot of people this is already lightweight, but to me it's a little beefy. I do not want to get a 3000 or a 4000. That's gonna go over like 8.5, you know, even 9 ounces. I am not used to fishing that way. But another thing I want to talk about is the spool depths right here. So in North America, if you look at the models we have the 2500, this 3000. We never have, you know, even the 1000 is a regular spool. We never have anything like, you know, 2000S, 2500S, 3000S shallow spool. I don't know, maybe North American people catch bigger fish, or maybe they just have this false need of line capacity. In my 10 years of fishing, I've used a bunch of reels, caught a lot of fish, big or small. A spool like this, for my application, do you see how deep that spool is? To fill the entire arbor with line, I use 10-pound line, 10-pound braid, and that is already thin. You can fit 300 meters of 10-pound braid. Same goes with your regular Vanford. There's just no need. Like the second half, that spool never sees sunlight, never touches water. There is no need. So I absolutely like what Shimano did with the spool. It's a medium spool. It can hold about 120 yards of 0.8 PE line. Like they call it PE line, basically braid. In Japan, they use ultra thin line for finesse fishing. Nowadays, lines are pretty good. Like even with thin lines, it's pretty strong too. Like when I fish for predatory fish like pike, walleye, I always tie a braid to fluorocarbon leader to prevent any kind of, you know, abrasion on the very end of that line. This line capacity is perfect. You don't need too much line for, I would say, majority of the freshwater fish. And nowadays the drag system is super good. I'm not saying it's got like 30 pounds of drag on a 2500 size reel, but what I'm saying, the drag is smooth. So when drag is not smooth, when it gets jerky, you can have like a burst of moment. When you have super high, you know, pressure on the line, it can break. But when you have a smooth drag like Shimano and Daiwa, it dissipates that drag pressure evenly, so you wouldn't run into accidents. So honestly, guys, if you haven't been on the train of using light line and shallow spool, I recommend you do so. Really think about really how much line you use to fight a fish. I mean, if you're jigging 300 feet of water for lake trout, definitely get a big spool. But for me, you know, someone who fish from a kayak, casting from shore, realistically, you only need 70 to 80 meters of line. The reel you're using provides 200, 250, 300 meters of line capacity. totally unnecessary. So good job on Shimano. We need more shallow spools, normal spools in North America. Daiwa, Shimano, both of you need to change. So while we have this line, let's just get a feel of the drag. Yeah, I would say that's pretty smooth. Nowadays, drags are getting very good. Like if you're releasing a new spinning reel in the market, drag is probably the most important thing people look at. All right, guys, I think that's gonna do it. I covered most of the things you need to know before you purchase. Honestly, this platform has been around for 4 years now. The brand new Vanford, the second generation of Vanford, just came out in iCast. A lot of stores in North America already have them, and yeah, so we've pretty much moved on from this platform, but Shimano came out with a new reel on the old platform. The Exsence BB is always a little bit late in the game, but if you already own and use a Shimano Ultegra, this is pretty much the same thing. The Ultegra has the folding handle. This one has a one piece. It's overall a better looking reel to me personally, with a matte plate and a matte black finish. I personally do not like the Ultegra's look. It kind of looks like a Fluger President with that blue and gold and silver. It doesn't look like a high-end reel, but this one looks a bit high-end. Alright guys, there you go. That's a review. If you like my video, give me a like. Any question, leave it in the comment below. Or anything that I can improve my videos, definitely don't be afraid to let me know. Like, comment, subscribe. I'll bring out more review videos in the future. Yeah, use my purchase link in the description. Not very easy to find right now because it's pretty much a JDM model. Alright guys, stay safe out there, good luck fishing, and I'll see you next time on T-Taint Outdoors. Peace.